Hi, glad you could come so quickly. There is something I dislike. Fandoms can be about anything, and I mean anything, from My Little Pony to Ted Bundy. Even anti-net neutrality puppet Ajit Pai has a small fan club of billionaires stuffing him with bills like he's Monica Lewinsky. Apart from that, the fandoms can be great, giving people a chance to share and bond over the same interests, draw fan art, send dumb gifts, support their favorite creators, yada yada. That's not my issue though. Extreme fandom or stan culture is. And I just have to open up about this, so let's kick off that hour, doc. Sorry, this is the set of the adult film, The Healing Stick, sir.
Hang on, one question. How are you all going to marry One Direction? No, how? Not are you?
And that is something I hate. I am grumpy and I hate it. Now, whereas your average fandom operates as decently civilized human beings, a group of stans are more comparable to a mindless herd of lemmings. But instead of their body, they throw their personality off a cliff. You see, when you enter stan levels of fan, the fandom itself becomes the mold for your personality. At least that's what I, Dr. Kakio, has managed to diagnose, diving into it one appalling attribute at a time. And no, saying these traits are satirical most of the time won't save them from being obnoxious, like my channel. In the stan world, you might come across a lot of people crying about a lot of mundane things, such as someone playing with a toy, or how this guy just exists, or how this guy pushes his cheeks with his fingers, I'm crying, or how this girl poses for the camera. I don't even want to know what happens if they lose their Uggs. You will hear a lot of iconic, a lot of mood, go off sis, I'm screaming, literally dying, and so on. And I can't speak for all you creators and others affected out there, but if my notifications were filled with that, my mood would likely go off the deep end and I'd scream myself to tears. Literally. Go off sis worked the first few times, but it just doesn't get me off anymore. Bear in mind, this is something that has happened for a long time, so it's nothing new, it's just... yes. Okay, here we have a member of the semi-popular group I'm a fan of called Brockhampton, and his name is Matt Champion. Matt is a pretty popular member. Just look at this girl's account where basically every second tweet, if not more, is dedicated to Matt. And believe me, there's thousands of pretty much identical accounts. Good night, I love him so much. I just don't get it. He's a rapper, it's his job to rap. Nobody should be glorified this much for doing their work. Here's a girl, Maggie, whose timeline is basically just about another member of the group, Joba. I hate that even when he looked like a greasy skater, I would let him absolutely destroy me. It's just one big blob of teen slang. Extreme love that they have probably never even shown their parents, and my ancient old head can't seem to compute. Also, I talk about this fanbase the most cause I'm a part of it. I have to witness this every time they post. Back in September, when the new album released, the group members tweeted about how close they were to #1 on Billboard's weekly top 200. The post triggered some instinctive reaction in the stands, laser targeting the closest competitor and viciously flooded his Twitter with stream their album and memes of them beating him up. Now I know this is pretty standard fangirl culture, but can't you just put all that energy into like complaining that a Starbucks employee spelled your name wrong or something? Because as I talked about in my last video, fan bases like this kinda just surround something in a negative light for me, and that's unfortunate. Same deal with the boys in sports, I guess. The minority always has to ruin the experience. Blind loyalty such as this is like a mental illness that lasts for 5 to 7 years. Just where it's the people you come in contact with that needs a prescription of antidepressants. Look at this. Just look at it. Missing them. You don't even know them and they are still together. I'm dead ass crying right now. I miss this so much. It's just... if life were a movie, you'd be the best part. This is not even your relationship. Oh god. I miss Jake and Erica so much it actually hurts. Me knows there's not gonna be any Jerica content. Me when there's no Jerica content. It's just, how can it matter that much? I don't get it. This is just one example of two people's love life that the fans become so obsessed with that it turns into their Twitter names, the bios, and profile pictures. When is it my turn to be this perfect? This is not healthy. God, no, stop. Delete. What the hell does this button even do? It deletes my browser history. Why would you? You know, gotta find out somehow who to send to hell, right? Dude, is that lotion? Whoops, that's just season pass to heaven. Have fun, loser. I love Jake and Erica and respect them so much, but they chose to have a public relationship. That's kind of a hard thing to just stop and take back after having it public for so long. You can't blame us for being attached to missing them. Yes, they can. It's their relationship, not yours. I just don't get the fascination, but then again, I did just get out of my teenage girl period. I don't even smoke, but I bought this just to call it my Twilighter. I know young people are vulnerable to such things, but I don't remember ever being being this passionate about anything when I was a kid. Okay, well, maybe Pokemon cards and Bratz. Okay, that's not true. I actually liked Hello Kitty more. And I do realize I run the risk of sounding like an out-of-touch grandpa when I'm complaining about this, but people, please. We are all just dumb apes who will be long gone and forgotten in a few million years. And while Harry Styles might have avoided male pattern baldness, not even he can avoid that. And that's the tea, sis. No.